Across the United States, law enforcement faces a crisis not only of crime, but of confidence. Many officers are hesitant to take proactive enforcement action, not because they lack training or will, but because they fear what may follow. Concerns about departmental support, public trust, and legal repercussions have left officers caught in a dilemma: take action and risk personal and professional fallout, or hesitate and watch community safety decline. This dynamic has reshaped the way officers work. Where proactive policing once served as a pillar of public safety, today hesitation and disengagement often take its place. The result is a cycle where crime festers in the absence of intervention, communities lose faith in the system, and officers retreat further into self-preservation. The roots of hesitation. At the heart of this dilemma is fear. Officers fear that a single decision, made in seconds, will be judged in hindsight by the public or media. Their departments may not defend them, even when policies are followed. Investigations, lawsuits, or negative coverage could cost them their careers, or worse, impact their families. This fear creates hesitation, and in policing, hesitation often means missed opportunities to stop crime or protect vulnerable people. The cost to communities. The consequences of this cycle extend far beyond the officer. Communities feel the brunt of reduced engagement. Safety gaps emerge when parks, schools, and neighborhoods lose consistent police presence. Deterrence fades as criminals take advantage of reduced enforcement. Public trust erodes when residents perceive officers as disengaged or unwilling to act. The irony is stark. The very public demand for accountability has, in many cases, left officers so hesitant that safety itself is compromised. Short-term solutions: reassurance and clarity. The first step is stabilizing confidence, both within law enforcement and between police and communities. Departmental support and clear policy reinforce consistent use of force and enforcement standards. Communicate openly that officers acting within policy will be supported. Communication with officers' roll call briefings that address fears and share positive examples of support. Anonymous feedback channels so concerns reach leadership without fear of reprisal. Immediate community engagement listening sessions to hear concerns and explain policing challenges. High visibility presence in parks, schools, and community centers to reassure residents. Peer and wellness support. Peer support teams and resilience training to help officers manage stress and fear. Long-term solutions. Rebuilding trust and structures. True change requires systemic reform, cultural rebuilding, and investment in leadership, community partnerships, long-term community policing, and youth outreach programs to bridge gaps, collaboration with clergy, businesses, and neighborhood groups to create shared responsibility for safety, legislative and policy reform, clarification of liability protections to reduce officer fear of personal ruin, consistent statewide standards to prevent policing from being politicized, training and professional development, scenario-based training to prepare for complex, high-stakes encounters, courses on decision-making under stress to build confidence in proactive enforcement, accountability and transparency, body-worn camera protocols that protect both community members and officers, independent oversight that is fair and fact-based, serving as a safeguard rather than a threat. Leadership development supervisor training to ensure sergeants and lieutenants mentor and support their officers, promoting leaders who balance accountability with advocacy. Strategic stakeholder relationships agencies must build stronger partnerships with key community stakeholders such as schools, faith-based leaders, local nonprofits, and neighborhood associations. These relationships foster two-way communication and ensure that enforcement strategies align with community needs. By embedding stakeholders into problem solving, agencies reduce the perception of us versus them and strengthen the social contract between police and the people they serve. A call for balance. The challenge of modern policing is finding balance. Communities deserve safety, fairness, and transparency. Officers deserve clarity, fairness, and assurance that when they act lawfully, they will not stand alone. The fear of action and fear of inaction cannot continue to define policing in America. Short-term reassurance and long-term rebuilding must come together to restore the core mission of law enforcement: protecting communities while upholding justice. Only then can officers serve without hesitation and communities thrive without fear.